back to the PhatPhish Guitar Studio. I'm Dave and welcome to the Absolute Beginners series of guitar tutorials. You're actually joining part way through the series and I recommend you do these in order, so I'll put a link in the information section down there to part one so you can start and go through these in order. See you back here once you've been through the earlier tutorials. Right, in the last video we talked about playing the power chord. And I suggested you go away, get familiar with the fingering pattern for it and try using it in some chord progressions. Now, it sounds probably best when you're playing with an overdriven amp, something with a bit of distortion. It's something you might notice if you're just playing rhythm patterns with it. And this is something that's sort of symptomatic of playing with a distorted sound. It's not something specific with the power chord shape. It's more to do with playing a distorted sound. Is that if you play a chord, the notes kind of ring out like that. So if you play a rhythm pattern, it sounds okay, but it loses a little bit of definition. What I want to show you today in this video is a thing called palm muting. And this is a really effective technique for playing rhythm guitar. And what you're going to do, you're using the fleshy part on the side of your hand to sort of mute the strings by resting your hand on the bridge, just where the strings join the saddles, and that deadens the strings. So if we play a chord, it just rings out. And if you put your hand down very, very lightly just on the bridge, it'll stop the strings from vibrating. Now then try playing a chord. You hear the notes, but they're kind of dead, they're not ringing out. It's because your hand is resting on the strings and stopping them from vibrating. So you don't get that full sound, you just get a more percussive thing. Now if you're playing a guitar that's got a vibrato, whammy bar, tremolo, whatever you want to call it, that's set floating, by which I mean you can play a note, this note's going down, you can go up. You need to be careful because what can happen is when you're resting your hand on the bridge, if you put too much pressure on, you can start to push the trem down onto the body and make the strings go sharp and the whole thing goes out of tune. So we're not talking about really pushing down, we're just touching the strings at the saddle just enough to make them go dead. And why do we do that? Because it gives us this percussive sound. And when we're playing a rhythm pattern, we can alternate between playing a full chord and a muted chord. So you get something that sounds like this. So what I'm doing there is playing a chord, unmuted, bringing my palm down onto the strings for some of the beats, then taking my hand off, playing a full chord, and then muting it again. And that makes your rhythm patterns a lot more interesting because rather than just having a chord just kind of droning on and on, you can start to put some interest into it. And rhythm is about, it's sort of like the bridge between the drummer and just basically keeping the beat, and the full harmonies and all the chords that you're hearing for the lead line to play over the top of. So if you can add in some percussiveness, you're kind of sort of reinforcing what you're getting from the drummer and keeping the beat going, but you're also playing full chords now and again so you can hear the harmony. So there's something else for you to go away and practice and think about how you can incorporate palm muting into your rhythm patterns, not just with power chords, but with any chord that you play. The same thing applies for like full chords and so on. Okay, so a bit of a short video that one, but a very important concept nonetheless, and it's something I'd suggest you really do take the time to get to grips with, because you might want to be like a lead player and that, but if you think about the structure of a song, yes, there's solos in it, but there's an awful lot of guitar playing is actually the chords underneath the song before you get your lead solo. So even if you want to be a lead player, you need to be familiar with chords. In a rock context, as an absolute minimum, being able to play power chords and play effective rhythm patterns with open chords and muting is really important, so do take the time to get to grips with those. Okay, so it's kind of wrapping up. I think this is probably video number 21 in the Absolute Beginner series, so I think this might be a good kind of place to draw a line underneath Absolute Beginners. 21, kind of coming of age type of thing. I think we've covered enough from, you know, just basically holding the guitar, picking strings, fretting notes, how to play chords, 12-bar blues chord progression. We looked at the minor pentatonic. We talked about how to play lead lines by taking notes out of the pentatonic scale. Things to make your solos more interesting, you know, slides, bends, hammer-ons, pull-offs, all that sort of stuff. And very, very important concept, last but not least, the power chord and how to use palm muting as part of your rhythm playing. So lots of really fundamental techniques. If you can get those down, you're well on your way to becoming a guitar player. There's a lot more to learn. To be honest, you never stop learning. You know, even if you consider yourself to be an advanced player, there's still more to learn, more concepts to adapt and include into your playing in different ways. So you never really stop. But as I say, in terms of beginners, I think this is where the series maybe comes to a natural end. There's a lot of places we can go. Possibly there's another series to do, sort of like, you know, making the transition from beginner to intermediate, start looking at some more advanced scale theory and some of the theory behind chords and explaining how everything fits together. But for now, as a starting point, I think those 21 lessons, if you spend some time, get to grips with the concepts, practice them, and then apply them, become creative, enjoy playing, enjoy jamming with other people, you know, coming up with your own riffs and your own rhythm patterns. It's all good stuff. It's all part of the creative process. So do that and enjoy yourself. Okay, I'm going to wrap the series up now. As always, thanks very much for watching. If you liked the video, please click like. If you really enjoyed it, please click subscribe or leave a comment down there. All those options that YouTube gives you. If you want to ask me a question, if you go here, there's a form you can fill in, and I'll try and get around answering it in a future video. That's all for now. Thanks very much for watching. Best of luck with your guitar playing and your guitar studies, and I'll see you in another video sometime soon. Bye for now.